are you, Tom?
I'm good. Thank you. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So I wanted to ask you if you were a little hesitant about being part of this film, because the director has only directed another feature film before this one, and if that's something that kind of worried you at all, or...
No, not so much. I was so impressed by him when I met him. He and I are around the same age, and I was preparing to make another film in Nashville, Tennessee, and he came down to Nashville, and we went out to dinner on a Friday night and talked about all the films we loved as children, and that he wanted to make a kind of old-fashioned adventure film that had a timeless appeal, and that was really appealing to me. And his big idea, of course, was that you've got Kong, who's a myth, an icon of the movies, and he wanted to put Kong in a completely different environment that we'd never seen him in before, in a different period of history with different characters, different music on the soundtrack, and it just was an exciting idea, and I thought, let's go for it.
In this movie, and I think it's something that you can generalize, men have this tendency to control everything in the world. Do you think that's something that is innate to humans, or?
I think it's something we struggle with. When human beings come face to face with the unknown, sometimes our first instinct is to destroy what we do not understand, and because actually we're frightened by the ambiguity, the uncertainty of it, and it's a very sort of childlike thing to need certainty, to need to know that you're in control. But I think it's something very necessary, actually, a humility in the face of the sheer breadth and scale of the natural world. We share this planet with a whole array of life in the animal kingdom, in the plant kingdom, and it's important.
We don't seem to care that much about that at this point.
Some people do still, and I think the more we can remember that, I think a healthy connection with nature actually makes us more human, not less.
Would you say that fame enhances who you really are? Like, if you're a nice guy and you become really famous, you're like even a nicer guy? And if you're not, it goes the other way?
I don't know. Didn't Tom Hanks say that? I feel like that was something Tom Hanks said.
Could be.
Yeah.
Could perfectly be.
I don't know. I think I've heard. Anyway, I feel like I've heard that before. Tom Hanks said that? Maybe. I don't know. I truly do not know. What do you think?
I think I agree with that. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think it's certainly being in the public eye certainly kind of is illuminating and revealing. Sure, yeah.
And you learn more about yourself, like being in the public eye. Like, have you learned something about your personality that you didn't know before because of the circumstances, or not?
I think you just become like, in a way, it's more important. You have to hold on to your reality, because sometimes people can project into you attributes which you don't possess, and you have to be quite, you have to just be careful that you allow those things to bounce off you as opposed to, absorb them.
So it's important to have people around you that keep you grounded. I think that's probably key.
Yeah. Or just, go and work in the jungle and that keeps you grounded too. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, we don't have more time, but thank you so
All right.
much.
Thanks.